Hey, how are you all? This is the second one of the day. I hadn't intended to make another one today. Welcome to Prepping for Prosperity. If you've just stumbled across this, where we talk about gaining prosperity through our preparedness efforts. I just checked my messages, and I had two messages that I wanted to get right back on. This is the one thing that those who are with us on the Patreon channel can send me messages, and I'll either answer them directly or use it as a basis for a video, and that's what's great. So if you're not with us on the Patreon channel, it's well worth your money. The link is down below. Just click it and come join us, be a part of the community, because it really is a community, and it's where we get to go back and forth on this stuff. Had a great question from Ohio C. I'm going to get to in a minute about failing banks and mortgages. But first I wanted to say this is great. Grandma Ginger's Farm sent one. I know I'm getting up in your face there, sorry. Sent me one, and she is a lifelong prepper and homesteader. She says she's eaten, now I'm going to tell you the part that I'm interested in a minute. She says she's eaten out of her pantry and homestead for as long as she can remember, and she is considering writing and putting together a collection of simple homestead pantry recipes in book form. She says she'll let me know when she has it put together. I just wanted to get on here and encourage you and tell you what a great idea I think that is. I can't wait to get it, and I wanted everyone else on the channel to know, so that if Grandma Ginger's Farm, when she's able to, she's helping her daughter with a number of things. She's very busy, but when she is able to get that out, I will make that. I'll let everybody know on this channel that she's got it out, because I think we'd all like to buy one of those from her, wouldn't we? That's how we, it's kind of how, do you remember Sherry Fancoli? Let me dig under here. Remember Sherry Fancoli? When she came out with her great idea, she put out the notebook, and as a great way, she's the one I stole the idea for the Stone book. It's a place you can take your notes and make your lists and write your thoughts. What a great thing. And I bought one, and I bought Kelly one because she tried to steal mine. I say that because she's sitting right over here in a corner. You can't see her, but there she is, and she's watching me. Now, I'm Grandma Ginger's Farm, best of luck. You won't need luck. The good Lord will be with you, and He will see that your efforts are rewarded, and we all will be thrilled to be a part of that reward when you get it ready. Okay, now I want to read something here from Ohio C. I guess that's how it's pronounced. I know that you write, you leave your comments. I'm assuming I'm saying it right. If I'm not, send me a message and tell me how to pronounce it right. It says, okay. I'm talking to a lot of people who should know better, but seem to be under the assumption that if their mortgage bank fails, then they are out from under the mortgage. I did see this a bit in the aftermath of 2008. Yeah, I saw wishful thinking, and not with the best results even years later. Something to poke at people over, I think. I agree. Hey, thanks for telling me that. I hadn't really thought about that. I have heard people say the same thing. This is the old waiting for catastrophe to save you from your catastrophe, right? Back in 2008, when the mortgage crisis, when everything fell apart, and everybody who had spent too much for their real estate, just like real estate, we're in a real estate bubble right now. Many people found themselves what's called underwater in their mortgages, meaning that they owed more on their house than it was worth. No, you're not going to be relieved. First off, I'll say that. If your mortgage bank goes under, you don't get to keep the house free and clear. That is a dangerous assumption. And it is an assumption that these are the people, hoping that when everything falls apart, somehow the rest of the world will just forget about them and all of their financial woes will be wiped away. It's not the way it works. If your mortgage bank goes under, somebody gets the assets. Do you know what an asset is? Your house. Okay? And along with that house is the mortgage that you are expected to keep paying on. You're just going to be paying somebody else. That's all it is. And it's going to be a huge hassle. And the only thing that's going to make it more of a hassle is if you stop paying the mortgage. And if you think you can, I'm not going to pay. And here's a very dangerous attitude that a lot of preppers fall into this. Not just preppers, but a lot of preppers do. Well, that bank went under. I'm not going to make my payments until they can prove to me that they're, the new institution is in financial order and all. You know what that is? That's BS. What that is that's just a way of saying, hey, I don't want to pay my mortgage for a while. Well, you do that, you're going to find yourself really scrambling to try to even keep your house, because the new mortgage company will say, hey, we got these assets. We got some houses over here. The people aren't paying their mortgage. Those houses are worth something. They're assets. They are worth something, and we own them. You see, the mortgage company owns your house until you pay it off. And if they're not going to pay, they can't stay, because we will take it back and we'll sell it to somebody else. It's just as simple as that. When financial times get hard, people start scrambling and clutching at straws. And they will come up with the most insane ideas to make them feel as if they're right about their wrong ideas. Now, I don't mean to be unkind on this, but the best thing in the world when people start thinking about that, and feel free to send them this video, so they're mad at me, not you. You can say, hey, you know what, that thing that you were talking about the other day, I got to wondering about this, but here's what this crazy guy says. Yeah, I'm not crazy, but that's, it's not a situation you want to be involved in. When financial times get hard, don't make those times harder on yourself. Don't try to make... There are those who are always trying to find the sneaky way out of something. Do you know what those people get for their efforts? More problems. The system is the way it is because it's found to work that way best. And don't worry, these people are smart. They know, they've thought of everything. They're not going to lose their money. They just want you to pay your mortgage. And they're not mean, they're not evil. They own the house. They extended the credit to buy the house. And the agreement was, you will pay them X amount per month. Now, you might come out on the other side of this with a better interest rate. Who knows? You might come out with a worse interest rate, but probably not. They pretty much have to assume the mortgage as it was, as you agreed to it. But if depending on what the situation is, and there's just too much there to go into to even try to figure that out. Don't worry about that. Just pay your mortgage, and whoever you owe it to. That's who you owe. Do your due diligence. When you get a letter, if that happened, you'll get a letter from another bank or another lender or whatever, and saying, we have assumed the mortgage from, your lending bank. We now hold the mortgage, and from now on, you'll be sending your payment to such and such. Just do it. Just do it. Nobody's trying to get one over on you. It's just, hey, we're happy to keep you let the mortgage on your house so that you don't live in the street. Just keep paying us, and we're good. And when you pay it off, we give you the title, and hey, now you own it instead of us. But until you pay it off, they own it. Okay, I hope that answered your question. That is an important one. Don't try to get out of things just because times are hard, because all you're going to do is to cause yourself more trouble. All right, you guys have a good day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.